Okay, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Uh-huh. Good evening, everyone. And as you can see, this is the Fame Daniel program podcast where you can speak freely. You can actually say your mind. Thank you for everyone that is joining us live on TikTok and live on the Instagram and wherever you're joining us. You're welcome to this great discussion. And today we have a very, 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 very solid topic. And this lady actually wrote to us and she wanted us to talk about what she's going through. And if you think whatever she's going through is right, or if what she's going through is wrong, you can actually comment on this program. And um, like I said, you can always call live on Instagram. You can always join us live on TikTok if you want to join the program, whereby you can suggest or give suggestion on the topic, or you can comment or give them advice too, because she needs advice. So on my left, I have my one and only.
Pius.
Yep, I have Pius, and you already know me. I'm Fame Daniel, and this is a Speak Freely program, and we just started. Okay, back to the story. He said, but before I start, I will say good evening to Gaius Toshi, good evening to Essie, good evening to Official King Uyi, and good evening to I Am Today's Photos. And for everyone joining us on TikTok, good evening to y'all. You guys can always call in and join this segment. It's a segment whereby you listen to stories and we tell you things that is going on in our community today. And thank you, DJ Rocky, for joining us. Now we're about to start. Okay, he said, I have been struggling with ideas and the idea of going back to work or working from home, but it's hard since I'm pregnant with my first child. He said, my man and I both make roughly the same amount of money, and we have been splitting all our bills. So, which means, like they said, they just moved into a brand new country fresh. They just started, and since they moved into that country, they've been paying all their bills together. They've been sharing rents, water bill, light bill, and even car bills, and together
Mhm.
would do together. So, like I think you're hearing the story, so you can
Yeah.
actually give your advice too. So, he said they've been sharing bills together. He said, I have a great career that offers me to work from home with flexibility, hours, and my husband too has a more successful job. But I'm hard headed to go back to work because I have the fear that I will lose my baby or something bad might happen. So, which means they've been sharing bills together, they've
Okay.
been doing this together. But if you can see, she said she have a good job, he have a good job. They just moving to a new country, and she had a baby. But because of this whole pregnancy thing, she decided to stay at home because she's scared that she might lose
The
the
baby.
baby. So I'll go from there. How you doing, Kojo? Welcome and welcome best to our life. So she was scared that she's gonna lose the baby, and he said, in 2022, I and my husband agreed that we won't have kids until 2025. So which means they agree that they're not gonna have
Hmm.
nothing, no kids, no nothing until 2025, so we can fix our finances and to enable us plan well for the future mishaps where only one of us have to work. You understand?
Okay.
So they decided to stay single. What I mean single, no additional family to their family. They wanted to just be just them. So it should be just them. But since it's just them, they already planned their life. So since they planned their life, they wanted to save that money towards
Mm-hmm.
maybe future mishap, baby on the way, and stuff like that. That was the
Mm-hmm.
agreement they made.
Mm.
So she said, let's go with her. She said, for future mishap, where only one of us have to work. But she said, I'm getting old. And in 2025, I will be 28 years old. And that's hard for a woman at that age to be carrying a baby.
28?
Yeah, but in 2025, she's going to be 38.
38.
So
Yeah.
she said, as at that age, it's hard for her to carry a baby. I think there are females watching us today, the female listening to us. Is it true that at the age of 38 it's difficult for you to have a baby? Because what she said at the age of 38 to be hard for her to have a baby. I have a comment on um uh to become the number one member on the team. Welcome, 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 and you can always join. We can bring you live on the program so you can comment too. So she said at the age of 38 years old, it is hard for a woman to have a baby. You understand? So because of that, she decided to get pregnant without letting the man know. So which means maybe she's on birth control, she's been taking something. Welcome, Control Connect. She's been taking something, she's on birth control, something has been going on that they already agreed, but because of the age, she decided to have a baby. Welcome, Mixie Official. Okay, someone, Gael said, it just depends on the individual's health. So you mean even at the age of 38, you can still have baby? Because she said she was expecting to have three babies. So definitely, she didn't tell her husband that she stopped taking her birth control because she wanted to have a baby. Because if she don't have it now, it'll be difficult for her to pick up later. You understand? So,
Okay.
like Gaia said, they say it depends on her health. So, which means it is okay for someone um to have a baby
I,
at
I
any
have
age.
I have seen cases where even people that are older,
Okay.
they had babies. So like this person rightly said, I think it depends on her age, and
How you doing, really, Ray?
I think she shouldn't have just taken that decision without the husband knowing. I think she should have just told the husband, should have carried him along, because if you, it's just a year, even less than a year. They
Yeah.
decided like
She
20.
got pregnant in 2023. So which means she's gonna have hopefully have the baby in 2024. So she was wishing that she might have a second baby in 2025. They've not even gone through the 2024 one. So I don't know. Let's
Okay.
continue the story. She said
Okay.
she's scared. So that was why she actually stopped. Say for a woman at my age carrying a baby. So I got pregnant. And it's getting hard for me due to age and body changing. So I told my man the great news, hoping that he would be happy with the news. But instead, my man was angry and felt betrayed and disappointed, saying I knew what I was doing, which he was right, but I wanted to start my family early. So my thing is that, do you feel she was being greedy?
Um, I think in a way she was being greedy because she didn't carry, like I said, she didn't carry him along, and yeah, everything they've been, it shows from what you read, it showed that they've been talking, they've been having this communication,
Okay.
they do things together.
Okay.
Like if you have a thing like that, if you're gonna do a thing like that, just let him know, even if he's gonna be mad. Just
But
make him understand it.
but my take on this is that she already she's having this age factor. You know, when a woman gets old, it's difficult for them to actually maintain the same.
It's a different thing if she got pregnant without her knowing, like, I'm pregnant and at this stage of my life I can't do anything, you get me? But from the look of things, it seems like she had it planned. While they were planning this, she had her plans on the other side. You know, if you're talking about your age factor, all this, your husband is a human being, for God's sake, and you have to make him understand. Just talk to him. Then it's not like you're having a different plan. You're talking to your husband concerning something, you're doing something else. But then it's a baby at the end of the day, but
Okay, like now, like what she said, I wanted to start my family early. She said, but this is what really gets me. Now he's paying all the bills due to me not working anymore, and he's mad saying I planned it.
yeah, you see, like I said, he's going to be mad, but I'll be mad as well. But at the
Okay,
end of
if
the
you want
day,
to, if like for me, if I'll speak on this. I know I normally don't speak on stuff, but
yeah,
I'm gonna speak on this because this is like one thing I go against. If we already have a plan
yeah,
and that plan is working for us,
yeah,
but because you feel you want to be greedy, then you decided to go against our plan, and you know that is going to bring financial constraints. Let me go on with the story. She
okay,
said before all this happened, she actually got herself a Mercedes, her dream car,
okay.
before she stopped working. She got herself a dream car. So which means she said, and before that, it was she planned everything. She got a house.
Oh, she got a house. She
They
go.
moved into a
Oh,
house.
they moved.
Black African girl, welcome. They moved into a house, and when they move into a house, then she bought a Mercedes Benz. The man was
Okay.
already complaining. We're trying to start simple, but now you're buying a house, and now you're buying a I didn't get TID2. Then now you're buying a Benz,
Yeah.
and she says it's a dream car. Now she stopped walking because she's pregnant. I want to ask a question for females out there. Is it possible that is it normal that you're pregnant and you can't walk? Because I know my mom, when she was pregnant, she walked up to even 9 months. She was still walking even during labor.
Yeah, and to make it even more easier, like you said, um, she was working at home, or
No,
right,
she had a
working
job.
from home.
Yeah, she had a job. She said a decent job. She didn't tell me if it was from home or if it was from even anything. But
Okay.
she had a job, and she knew she was getting old, and she wanted to start a life. She wanted to have a family before she gets to 40. She wants to give birth to 3 kids before she gets to 40, and that was where the problem started. And she decided to go behind the guy's back and have that baby.
Yeah, you can get another job if you don't want to do what you're doing at the moment. You can change it, or what you were doing, you can change it. You can get it, even if it's not that lucrative, even if it's not that you're not getting as much as you used to get, then just get a job. But not doing anything is what I don't like. At least you
Okay,
can do, yeah,
that's what
you
she's
can
saying
work
now.
from home.
That's what she's saying. She said
Yeah,
she could not walk. Okay, let's go back to the story. She said she could not walk because she was scared
mm.
of losing that baby.
Even working from home would, what would that, what threats would that pose to the baby?
Yeah,
I
you
don't know.
see, I'll go with her. You know, she is her first child, so she might be scared of miscarriage, or you don't know what she's been through. You understand? So maybe she might be scared of things that are going on in her life and things that she feels she's gonna. You know, this is something she's just trying to try. This is a new
Mm,
country, a new place, a new everything, and
mm,
the stress might tell on her. So she decided to go another route. You understand?
mm.
So if you go back to the story, she said, where my problem started from was when my mom moved to my house for
Okay.
vacation and demanded that my man is supposed to help out with the housework. And I asked myself, what housework? She said, like chores, cooking, washing, cleaning. She said, knowing that I'm pregnant with his first child, he's supposed to be doing all this. Like Gaia said, she said, you can walk it. Your pregnancy is going smoothly. Some people are not able to walk or are bedridden during pregnancy. She may have been given info before about her health that has her concerned. Um,
True.
I agree with that. She might have had things that she was scared about. You know, people go through stuff and they will tell them, hey, if you know you're pregnant, you got to go home, you got to do this. But she did not give us details if
Yeah.
they sent her home or if she was having problems. She was just scared because it was her first baby. So she was scared because she don't want to lose that baby. Not that she didn't have this. Ken Raz said it's deep. Yeah, I know. So she was scared because of that. But this is a problem on this guy because now he's
Hmm.
paying all the bills,
And they both agreed
and they
to
both agreed. So you see,
to say,
it's not just a case. I'll talk to you. I know she's online listening to us right now, but in my own space, I feel in my own, I won't come to conclusion, but in my own space, I'll say whatever you did is a little bit messy for the guy, because some men, they might not speak out, but a lot of them are going through a lot. They might not tell you, but imagine this guy paying the rent, the bills, then you still expect him to come home and do chores.
It's a whole lot of things. Excuse me, like he's yeah, that you're pregnant alone is
It's bothering him.
yeah, it's your a lot of expenses, it's gonna go down. Then you just go a car. I don't even have a problem if you're getting a car. It depends on how much you've contributed, and then, you know. So I don't even have a problem with that. But if it's going to affect your finances, I don't know if they had a joint.
Yeah, I didn't ask that, but she said they were both
Both,
doing
yeah.
stuff together.
If
So
she's
which means they
taking from
have a
her
joint account.
personal savings to do that, and it's not affecting the the account they have together, I don't think there's a problem
Yeah, they
with that.
just, like, from the beginning, they just moved
Yeah.
to a different country. So which means there's no finances from nowhere apart from what they save it. They moved in 2022, and they made a plan that in 2025 they have their
Yeah,
first
but if
baby.
she stops working, if she stops working, it's gonna affect the man.
So let's say they're bringing in, okay, Black African said pregnancy is not a disease. Every pregnancy is different, but if she wasn't sick, I see no reason why she wasn't working. That was what I said.
If she had conditions like before the pregnancy, or the way she's been responding to certain things, or maybe from the doctor, maybe she has complications or something.
Yeah, but she didn't say she had complications. She
No,
said she was scared.
I'm just saying, if what are you going to be scared for? You're scared of what if you're pregnant? Perhaps the doctor knew like she had some other things, like, okay, due to this, if you're pregnant, don't do this, no matter how simple it's going to be. Don't do this kind of job. Yeah. So without that, I don't think there's any problem.
Okay, so let me continue now. It said, knowing that I'm pregnant, unknowing to my mom, waited for him one evening. So unknowing to her mom waited for the man one evening and yelled at him for not assisting me. And he had a big argument, and that made my mom leave the house that night.
No, the mom is even supposed to help in that aspect. I'm not completely tilting towards this guy, leaning. I'm not completely supporting him, but at the same time, the mom is not supposed. The mom is, if the mom is there, it's supposed to be. In Igbo, there's something called omugwo. If you're there, you're supposed to help your daughter. That's the lady's daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not supposed to be blaming. You up to the level that to get to that.
To me, the mom have no rights.
No rights. That's what I'm saying.
The mom have no right to come into that young man's house.
No rights.
And challenge him to clean.
Yeah.
If the house is dirty, help your daughter to clean. Okay, I'm still going to ask this question. We have ladies out there.
She's supposed to be the one.
Is it possible that when a woman is pregnant, she can't clean? She can't cook?
No, it depends on. I think it depends on what the level or what month, how heavy she is. If she, to a particular time, you can do certain things, but when it becomes heavier, or when you're heavy, you can't do certain things.
But I worked with a lady who worked in a very, very difficult situation, and she was heavy till that lady gave birth. A month to when she gave birth, that was when she stopped working, and she was working with dangerous instruments and dangerous people. She worked till that time.
Yeah, people have different. Your body respond. We might take something and we react to that thing differently. Body system work differently. You see some people, even with a pregnancy, some people will be pregnant. You see their feet like so big. You see they won't be able to walk. They are calling everyone to help them grab something that is this close. But some people have been working even before they got pregnant. They're so agile. You know?
Like Kenora said. He said, Kenora said, I mean, if you are not contributing to anything, the least you can do is to try and be problematic, which he's right.
Yeah.
If you're not contributing to the family, you've made the family resources go down. This guy is working hard. Like she said, he said he's doing
Okay.
two jobs so they can meet up. So which means after he finished one of his job, he goes to the next just to meet up. He comes back late, no food. The house is not clean. The clothes are not washed. Then you still want him to pay the bills. That's killing, bro.
So
That's too much. I prefer you just put your hand on my neck and just choke me and kill me to go through all this stress. And upon this whole stuff, your mom still came. Put yourself in that situation. If you married to me and I'm not doing all this, you come home, you know how bad it is in America when when you don't eat and you're coming home to come eat some good meal. Do you know how difficult it is when you come home and there's nothing and the house is smelling dirty?
even in her condition, I would call her and I'll talk to her concerning her mom because I'm not going to be really mad at her, knowing. And again, it depends on if the mom has been like that or not. But even at that, whether you've been like that or not, it's still not a
criteria to
to
such. Like black African girl said, he said I worked two jobs. Still, the day I gave birth, I was the day I gave birth, I was pregnant with twins. Every pregnancy is different, like I said, but she's not being considerate. So, which means I know she's watching and listening now, which means you're not being considerate. Everyone is actually saying that whatever you're doing, you didn't do it. You didn't do it right. He said, whatever you're doing, no matter how pregnant you are, you would have still at least assist the man. I think she was just being greedy.
Yeah, she
was
would have
being greedy.
at least assisted in, well, she didn't tell us how. Maybe she was heavy, but regardless.
Yeah, regardless, she's been greedy from the start.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm figuring.
If you can hear everything that's been going on, she's been greedy from the start. And he said, I was angry and I confronted my husband to see how he handled the issue. And he confronted him. He told me he's working two jobs just to meet up with bills. He's paying for medicals and all. And he's not even eating at home and going through depression because he's late on rent and other things in life. And I'm talking about cooking and house chores, and made me understand how he missed out of school just because he wanted to satisfy me. So
yeah, she's not being considerate, she's not being considerate at all.
For me, it's not just being considerate. I think I would say, I'm sorry to say, but there's something wrong with you because no, I think reading the story is getting me hyped up because he dropped out of school. He's working two jobs. You're not cooking, he can't even eat. Then he comes back from work.
Yeah.
And still your mom is out there yelling at him that he's a man and he can't help assist the wife. This is a guy you've changed his lifestyle.
Did she say how long they've been together?
They've been together for a while before they moved down to America. So which means they've been married. They've been dating, but when they got to America, they got married before they came here.
Yeah.
So which means they've actually been together. They've stayed together. But because of the baby thing, she wanted to. I think the baby thing changed everything.
She better be careful because the baby doesn't have any problem. The baby might just come and they will have the baby and she will lose the marriage. I'm telling you. Then
okay, now
it might just be like that.
She said
it's just she's just sending a different message, like, because when you don't even know certain things until things like babies start to come in and all this, and if she's starting like this, you're gonna have it harder when the baby even comes.
Yeah,
you get me? So that's what I'm saying.
Now she said He approached me one of the evenings and told me to give my car away. And this is the car that I love so much. It's my dream car, and I just got it.
Just to meet up with bills, or just to
Yeah, so you can meet up with bills. We have to give one car out.
forgo certain things.
Yeah, let one car go. And he told me that my Benz was the one that was high maintenance. So since the Benz was high maintenance, he told her to let it go, and she refused.
It looks like they're about to lose the marriage, have the baby and lose the marriage.
Yeah, and she refused. So now she's asking a question. She said, "Was he right for kicking the in-law out, for kicking her mom out?" Two, she said, "Did I do wrong by having his baby? Did I do wrong by having his baby?" That's another question. Then she said, "Am I too greedy for keeping my Mercedes?" Then he said, "Is it wrong to ask my man to do chores around the house since I'm pregnant and scared of losing the baby? Isn't that the job of the man to do stuff around the house?"
No, it's to me, helping the lady is not the problem. Even when she's not pregnant, there's for me, with the kind of person I am,
Yeah.
right? You don't even have to be pregnant before I help you do certain things, in the house. But those other factors, if you're just attaching it looks like you're attaching those things because you're just under the pretense that you're not pretense, she's actually pregnant, but you're hiding under that pregnancy
To commit a lot of
to
stuff.
commit a lot of stuff. So even if I was helping, I'm still gonna get mad.
Okay. Like I said, they are living beyond their means.
True.
There were no expectations set here. Yeah. If the mom is being rude as should not be in the space, you can't force your partner to have a child, which is true. YGU, welcome. Said that is going to add animosity to the relationship, which is true. Like for me, if I should give my own advice, was he right for kicking the mother-in-law out? Yes, he's very right. It's my house. You can't come into my house and tell me what to do or how to raise my family. Because if you can do that, that means it tells me I'm not a man. So for you to come into my house and tell me how to raise my family means I'm not living my manly role. So instead, I have the right to kick you out. I have the right to tell you to go. I have the right to tell you to leave. This is not your house. Go back to your house. Then he said, did I do wrong by having this baby? It's not a wrong thing to have a baby. You can have a baby anytime, any day, and it's baby is a blessing. Baby is a blessing, but it's not too much of a blessing when you're going against the will of the home, because you guys are going to lose everything. One, you're going to lose the marriage. Two, you're going to lose the car you so desired. And two, you're going to lose even the love that you guys share. And even that life you feel you're going to get because you're here is going to be, you're going to go back to the struggling, that struggling moment, because it doesn't make sense. If we're living above our means, okay, like she's like, why did you get a house when you know you're trying to get pregnant to have a baby? How you doing, famous? She said she wanted all these because she feel if she give birth to this baby, where will people come to?
Oh,
I don't care where I live. Am I living in a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom? Whoever wants to come and see my baby should not judge me for what I'm doing. So which means she was living out of her means, trying to fulfill a type of lifestyle that she wasn't.
Yeah, I think the lifestyle is the priority for her. That's why she got the car.
It's a mixed priority.
Yeah. She's not getting it right correctly.
To me, she's not. One, I tell you, I'll kick your mom twice. I'll kick her out in my house, from my house. Now I'll go back to her house and kick her out from my house too, because it's not right. You can't come to a man's house. Do you know what it takes for someone to do two jobs just to fulfill your need, and still you can't cook. And that's why I'm leaving it to the women out there. Is it right? Is it normal for a woman to be pregnant and still can't fulfill her choice? And two, is she greedy for keeping a Mercedes? Is she greedy for keeping her Mercedes? Three, is it wrong for a man to do house chores in the home? Those are three questions. Now she's saying that, she said, and what should I do if I move out like my mom? Listen to what my mom is saying, that I should move out. Or how will I start over? This is the man I love. If you really love the man,
then you consider
would have
him.
listened to
Yeah,
him.
you would talk to him. You'd
you'd have listened to him. Because, so I'll leave it to Pius. I'll give you time to talk about this, because if I want to talk, I'm gonna
I
blow
think
up.
I'm gonna start with maybe you go through the questions so I can. The first question is what?
Was he right for kicking the mother-in-law out?
Yes, he was right. That's just simple. That's it. Well, some people would react to it in a different way. Maybe not really kick her out, but would send a message, in a way that she would know that this is not an issue I should even just say anything about. They have that.
So if you were the man, and you tell the woman, if you don't take the Benz back, or if we don't cut down our expenses, I'm gonna leave this relationship, what would you do?
That
If the woman tells you, if you tell me to take the car back,
now this is a woman talking,
yeah,
right?
say take. If you ever tell me to take this car back, or if
Okay.
you ever talk to my mom the way you disrespected her, I'm gonna leave the relationship. What will you do?
It is clear that you don't have a wife. I'm telling you, because it's gonna get worse if that baby comes. So you, on your own part, should be looking for a way out already. I'm telling you, you should because when you guys when they were having when they were planning to do all those stuff, she was planning
Something else.
So if you have not been planning something else, this is the time for you to be planning something on your end. Like, yeah,
Okay, like
been looking for a way out. Like Jackpot.
Gaia said, men and women should be sharing all roles. Yeah, she decided to force the situation on everyone,
Yeah.
and it's not being considered, which is true. You see, like you said, it's always. If it was me, I'll let you answer your question, then I'll answer my own question.
Yeah.
He said it was right for him to actually kick him out. Like Gaia said, she wasn't fair, so she was being greedy. But the next question is, did she do wrong by having this baby?
That is something they can always talk about, because okay, we planned 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and it's coming. The baby's coming 2024. There's a way you talk to me. There's a way you communicate. Sometimes I'm human too. I would want to understand with you. Maybe
They've talked about it,
Yeah.
and he still refused. Say, hey,
Yeah,
you get pregnant in 2025, so you give birth in 2026.
Yeah, even if it comes like that, unexpectedly, you can still talk about it.
It didn't come unexpectedly, because they already
To the man.
It came unexpectedly to the man. But
Yeah,
you as the man,
as a man, I can always we call it change. I can always work with her. If you give me good reasons why this things happen or this thing happened, I can always work with you, but
Okay.
not with all other things.
okay, she told you on Tuesday, babe. Oh, babe, I'm pregnant.
How many months?
We having a baby. It's 3 months now, and then we're gonna be having a baby.
Of course, I'm going to be mad, but then it's something we can still work with. I'll have to re-strategize. Then what can you do? What will you do? What are you going to be doing?
Okay, now-
if you're not going to work,
Okay, after she tells you that Friday of it, she told you on Tuesday.
okay,
On the Friday, she came back and said, babe, I just quit my job. I can't do this job no more. It's gonna be stressful on the baby.
yeah, like I said, you still has to go. You have to go to your own drawing.
But you've
Stop.
lost the bud. As at that point, I've lost that board. There's no
Yeah.
drawing board.
That's
For
you
me,
have to start
no, for me, there's
planning a way out.
for me, there's no drawing board. As at that point, when something like that happened, I'm out. There's nothing I would do.
That means she's just playing. She's just playing games with the family.
She's playing a big game with the family, and that is the truth. She's playing a big game with the family because there's no point for you to tell me that I'll be in the same relationship whereby nothing is working. You understand? Nothing is working. I will definitely.
She had an agenda. She's
she
just
had
there
an
to
agenda or-
milk you. Then.
Yes.
But then
Yes.
she was working from what she said. She was working. They were contributing.
She was working, they were contributing, and they were doing all this, and that happened. Boom.
Yeah. Everything was a game plan then.
It was planned. It was something that they planned from the onset, and she knows what she was doing. That's what I'll tell you. She knows what she was doing from the onset. So, for those of you joining us, I'm going to explain this whole story to you so you can give us your own honest opinion about this whole ordeal.
Do you still have a third question?
Yes. So you can give us your honest opinion about this whole thing. Yes, we logged out and we logged in. The left-handed welcome. I am claim say. Okay, now we're gonna start again. Our story today is about a lady who decided to. She actually started a life. They moved into a different country. They started a relationship, and they were married. And they were having a perfect life together. And this guy decided to tell the wife that she preferred that they don't have a child now, that they can have a child in 2025. And the wife agreed to that, but before he knows, the wife decided to have a baby because she felt if she don't do it now, she won't have a baby anymore. You know, she won't have a baby because she's getting old. She's already 38, and by the time she's 38, she's gonna lose everything. So she decided to have a baby. And when she told the guy was angry. Then he accepted it. Few days later, she came back and told the guy that she don't want to work anymore. She want to stay at home because she want to be a stay at home mom. And that was shocking for the guy. Because to me it's strange for you to have someone who just came out of the blue and tells you that they don't want to work again because they're pregnant. So my question is, if a woman is pregnant, does it mean that they can't work? That's the first question.
Okay.
That's the first question. If a woman is pregnant, does it mean that they can't work? And I would say I don't know what to say about that, but I feel there was something fishy when I first started reading the story, because I feel if a woman is pregnant, she should still at least
Be able to work.
Then they left from there. Before this whole thing started, she got a car, which is a Mercedes, which she definitely loved, and she decided to get that Mercedes. And after getting that Mercedes, it transpired to the next stage, whereby she decided to stop working. So what happened now? All the bills falls back to
The man.
the young man. All the bills falls back to this young man, and now he's starting from scratch again, because this was people who were joining incomes together.
Yeah.
They were both sharing incomes, but now two people who were sharing incomes, they won't be able to meet up, because if we both bring in money together to pay for bills, and now you're getting a car, we just had a house, and now you're getting pregnant behind my back, not telling me, then it's a big problem. You understand? And now she quit her job, she don't want to work. Then the next thing, her mother came all the way to come visit them. And when the mom came to visit them, what did she do? She started yelling at him that he can't help the wife in house chores. This is a guy who's doing two jobs. He's doing two jobs. Now he's trying to meet up doing two jobs, trying to do stuff for the wife, but he can't because of the situation that the wife puts him. You understand?
Sure.
So now my question is that I've been asking, did you agree that the woman was greedy, or do you think the man was just overreacting? That's the question I'm going to ask everybody out there. Do you think the man was overreacting, or do you think the woman was being greedy? Now he gave her the option to sell, to trade, to give back the Mercedes Benz, because let's say they're making 80,000, both of them,
Okay.
and now the woman stopped working, so which means they're making 40,000 now. Then the guy decided to pick a second job. Now how much are they making? Let's say he's picked a second job for 30,000. Now they're making, or let's say 20,000. They're making 60. So he deserves to at least come home to a home cooked meal.
Except if the lady has some money somewhere that she didn't declare, or perhaps she's sure of money coming in from somewhere even when she stops working.
No, like
Yeah.
the story, there was nothing. There was nothing.
I'm
because
just thinking, like, what could have
they wanted to save. This is why they started.
perhaps she felt like they've saved enough.
I don't think
I'm just thinking.
I don't think she felt like they saved enough. I think she was just being greedy.
I think she's greedy too.
That's what I think, that she's being greedy.
But
Okay, now
it's enough to ask questions too, because
if I go to my wife and I tell her, hey, we just got a house. Now we have a Benz that we are using. We have another car. And I bring a suggestion. Let's take one of the car back. Let's use just one car. Which is take one car back and use one car, so we can reduce our income. And she tells me, nope, that's the car I want. That's the car I want.
she wants to eat her cake and have it.
You
get
understand?
me? So she has to pick one. She has
You
to.
see, majority of us are living above our means, and we're living in a dreamland, trying to be like someone else because we've watched so many movies. So we're trying to be like those people, and I'll tell you, it's affecting our relationship today.
People you don't even know their stories. You don't know, yeah.
Like, there's a girl who wanted to buy a hair, and they said the hair was $500. Then she came back home to come meet her man and say, hey, I need to make my hair. And the man was like, oh, okay, you can take 200 to go make your hair. She said, no, I need to buy the weave on. And then the man was like, how much does the welcome May 17? And the man was like, how much does the weave on? How much is it going to cost?
Yeah.
And she said it's going to cost 500. And he looked at her. Our income is not that strong enough for me to buy your weave on. And that brought a big problem between the two of them. You see what I always tell people, stay within your means. If you keep looking at people and trying to be like them, you will never make it to the point you're going to. I know some people would like, fake it till you make it. I'm not faking nothing.
Maybe you're not good at that. Maybe a lot of people. Some people are very good at faking it. So
maybe I'm not good at faking.
If you can fake it, if you're very good at it, then just fake it and do it.
Maybe I'm not good at faking my lifestyle. No. There's one thing I'll tell you, right? One thing I'll tell you, I don't believe in.
For them to have said that, perhaps there must have been people like that did it and it worked.
I don't care if it worked for people. This is me. This is my pocket. see. Look, I tell you one thing. You don't get. I don't very speak pidgin English. You don't get a woman want to control me, rich and be say, can't tell me say, make I give am.
No, Papa, that no pure. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, there's nothing. There's nothing you tell me that I'll be so
you don't even need woman. You don't even need woman to tell you. Even you on your own self.
Better man go do on your own, give the woman.
I say you on your own self. You dey lie to yourself be that.
I dey lie.
Sure?
I go buy salon, buy my hair for $40 or $20. I can't give you 500 because that one you say you want break up.
I'll
scatter.
That one good now. Go collect some kind things, take pose, come back, come, all those kind of things.
Yeah,
Where you know rich.
when you know rich. You understand? You see, a lot of people are living with
No.
above their means. If you know your
I mean, we
husband,
could buy Benz or buy expensive car. Can't
you,
they ask people for money for
you
gas?
understand? Start with the Toyota.
No.
Start with the Toyota first, then from there you can now graduate into something. Don't do things because you feel people will praise you for it, or because you feel
Don't go
someone.
and get an expensive car and start disturbing your friends for gas. Or
You understand? Because this whole thing, you said, for the next question, you said, was he right for kicking your mother-in-law out? Yes, he's right. He's right for kicking your mother-in-law out. I'll tell you that. He's very right. The next question you said, did I do something wrong by having the baby? No, babies are blessing. You didn't do anything wrong by having this baby. But the only thing you did wrong was going behind his back. It is, I know he might have disagreed, but see, let him see a reason why you feel he should not do it. And two, to the man, babies are blessing. So you can try it, and you guys will continue managing your resources and try to make your wife work during her pregnancy.
yeah.
But she said she could not work, which means she wanted to be pampered.
That's where the whole problem is.
That's the problem, because you're not working. You shut down that man's lifestyle. You shut down everything about him. Now it will now be all about you. Welcome back, guy. It will now be you. If you want to join the live, you can always call in and join. And I think I'll say you shut down that man's livelihood. You like, I don't know how to put it.
I think lately, even on both sides, right?
Yeah.
I think it's hard for you to find someone who would say, I'm looking for a man that is not working, or I'm looking for a girl or a lady that is not working. Even when you have money, people that have money too, they're still looking for people who have money.
Yeah.
Not necessarily money in that sense. I'm saying have a job at least,
Mhm.
have something you're doing. The guys are looking for girls that are at least stable. You don't have to be that rich. But now
True.
saying that you want to stay home, you want to be pampered, then I don't know how they met in the first place.
It doesn't matter
I
how
don't
they
know.
met. People always meet, and love flows. But
Yeah,
the only
not knowing the financial,
the only thing I'm saying, if your
but they bring
finance,
together.
yeah, if your finance is not strong,
Yeah,
don't go above your means. Because for me, the guy kicked the mother-in-law out because he was frustrated. Because if I'm married and my mother-in-law walk into my house and tell me I should go wash plates, or I should go cook in the kitchen, or I should go clean the floor, or I should go
yeah,
do the dishes, or go
this
do the
another
laundry,
this
there's
another
a big problem.
there's another angle to it.
Okay, give me your angle. Let me hear your angle.
The lady,
Okay.
it might just be that the lady is just looking for the baby, and she
Okay.
whatever. Even when they met, she would just pretend and do like everything is good and blah blah. Now she's pregnant. She's
Okay.
showing herself.
She's showing herself. Okay, like what Gaia said. She said, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom or dad, then find a partner who agrees to the lifestyle before you start building a relationship. You see, that is what we call what do they call it? Is it a domestic man? You're
Yeah.
looking for a traditional man, then you should find a traditional. That I always tell people, if you're a traditional woman, always find a traditional man.
Yeah.
Someone who agrees to a type of stay-at-home lifestyle. Like for me, if I get
You
married
should
to
be
if I
ready.
get
You should
married
be
to a
ready
woman,
to
I'm this
work.
type of guy who will allow my wife to stay at home and just chill with my kids.
Yeah, if I have the money, no problem. If I have the everything it takes, no
Yeah,
problem.
but see, a responsible man will be able to take care of bills. But a responsible man should be able to take care of. I don't know if you agree with that. The man should be the one paying the bills, and I just allow the wife to enjoy her money. What do you think?
I don't have a problem with that. Even if I have it, I don't have a problem with paying the bills.
Okay.
Right? But be working just in case anything happens. I'll have something to fall back on. You're my support. You're supposed to be my support system. But when you're not working, even when nothing is happening, you're having me think like my head is spinning every day. If you're working, you don't have to be earning that much. You're working, at least it gives me some sense of You know, even when I'm happy doing what I'm doing, knowing that you're doing something, you know.
Because survey says 99% of men today grow a lot of white hair and die faster than women because of the stress that they go through in terms of marriage and
I hear
lifestyle.
that too, but
And
I don't have the figures,
yeah,
but
I did 99%. I'll say I did my own survey, so I don't care
yeah,
what Google says, but my own survey says a lot of men are going through a lot when it comes
yeah.
to relationship and marriage because of finances. If Because if you really notice, let's be sincere, most women make more than men today
Hmm.
in the society that we live here. Most women make more than men. But like I said, my mom was when my mom was pregnant, she carried her baby for 9 months, and she was still going to the market.
Yeah.
She was still working. Like
Oh,
here,
you're
you
talking
guys,
about those days. They go
yeah,
they go to
like in
the
America,
market,
like
they
in
do.
America, they go to I call this place a shopping center. I don't call it a market. In Africa we have what they call the market. You go to a market where you see meats everywhere. You see people walking around, people hitting you, passing you, rubbing
Is it
shoulders
like
to
is it
shoulders.
that those days like people were stronger or what? Like
I think that's another
I
topic we need to
don't.
jump into because sometimes the things we eat nowadays, people are just trying different things. People put onions and tomatoes together. They call it shubiruba. They put grass and oil together and planting back coconut head, corn head, and mango. They mix all of them together. They call it krakrasa. They just put this.
Crackers,
I
yeah.
don't. I don't know the name. They just put this different
Yeah.
name and make it look so cool. And I think what we're eating nowadays might be how you doing, King Kong, might be affecting the way we live our life now. But I don't think it works like that. Most women are very strong when it comes to wedding. How you doing, beauty?
Yeah,
Most women are very strong when it
it's
comes
still
to.
women against women. Women back then and women now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking you guys out there. Is there a difference between the woman back then and the women now? Because the women back then, even when they were pregnant, they can still go to market. They can still go to farm. No matter how stressed they are, they still get up sometimes and still do. So I was watching YouTube the other day and I saw a woman who was dancing, even while she was 9 months pregnant, the last month, and she was still doing choreography. She was oosh oosh oosh,
Yeah.
dude, all the disco and all that, and I was surprised. So if you tell me because of that, that is why you decided to stay at home, I'll tell you you're just being greedy. You're trying to stress that man and make that man look stupid. It's going to bring down your relationship. It's going to crash your marriage because one thing I'll tell you,
Mm.
when that lady gives birth to that baby, that is a new chapter.
That's what
This
I'm saying.
this man won't sleep at
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
You know what they call. Who was shut my infertile when sleeping on my
Cradle.
cradle bed? Not ever tell my mother.
Yeah.
That's what you be doing at work because now you're gonna watch that child from from all night. When you have a baby, you don't sleep.
Are you gonna watch the child or
You
you're
be do
gonna
you do security every night. You guys will be taking turn
yeah.
on security.
Son?
Yeah, on security job.
You're gonna be
And,
watching the
and
child, watching
a woman like this,
the
I don't
woman.
think she's gonna take turn at all. She
That's what I'm
will
saying. You're gonna be
she
watching
will
the child, watching the lady too.
she will want to sleep, bro. Like she's gonna sleep, you're gonna be taking turns. Then just imagine this guy wake up in the morning and still go to work and still come back and still go to the other work and still come back and oh god, you still expect him to cook and do chores. So for me, I think the best thing to do, ma'am, if I should give you my own advice, for those of you that are just joining us now, the story is about a young girl who got pregnant, quit her job, and decided to be a full stay-at-home mom. Even when she haven't had the baby, she decided to stay at home. And we've been having opinions from everybody. They've been bringing their opinions in from Instagram and from Facebook and TikTok, and people are saying that they think she was being greedy. They agreed to have a baby in 2025, but this lady decided to have that baby in 2023.
For
So yeah, she
2023.
got pregnant in 2023, and they
Oh,
agreed that
okay.
she's gonna get pregnant in 2025, so they can put their resources together. These are two people who love themselves, and they got married. and they just moved to the country
And like
and they wanted to
now, it
start
looks
afresh.
like these are two people who claim they love
Who claim they love
themselves
them? Okay,
because
that's what you're saying, but I would say they love themselves.
this lady in question doesn't look like she loves this man.
This man. So
Yeah.
for those of you just coming, let me continue the story. The lady decided to get. They moved into a new house. They were happy. She decided to get a dream car, which is a Mercedes, and she got pregnant without even telling the guy. So the guy was angry that she got pregnant without telling him. And they all agreed we're going to get pregnant at 2045. But she said she's going to be 38. And 38, as at that time, carrying the baby will be so difficult for her. And she wants to have 3 kids. She don't want to give birth when she's 40. What if she was having a twin? She never know, or triplets at once. So she decided to do all this. But still, she quit her job after all this. Now the bills falls on this guy. And this was the thing that they were planning to help themselves with their financial lifestyle so they can actually live a comfortable life when they have problems. But she cut it short. Now she's a full staying at home mom. This guy picked up another job, working 2 jobs. Now he's working 2 jobs. He comes back home, no food. The house is dirty. She haven't washed. She haven't cleaned. She didn't cook. He was angry. He still kept quiet. Now the mom came and saw that the house was dirty. The mom went against him and said he is stupid for not cleaning the house. He is stupid for not helping the wife. And to me, do you think that he was doing the right thing? Do you think he tried as a man? So he kicked the mother-in-law out. He told the mother-in-law, you know what? You need to leave. If that is what you want to come tell me in my house, you need to leave. Do you think he's right for kicking the mother-in-law out? Then he brought another suggestion. He told his wife, he said, let's take the Mercedes back and use my car since it's fuel efficient so we can meet up with bills. I'm paying too much. She said he's the man of the house. He's supposed to take care of her. Now, that's 2 things. The mother-in-law wanted him to do chores, cook, even when he comes back late. 2, the wife refused to take the Mercedes back, which means he have to pay for the Mercedes, pay for rent, pay for medicals, pay for insurance, pay for light bill.
Practically everything.
Yasmin said that is so sad. I know it's so sad. Now she's making. If you want to join the live program, you can always join. You can call live and you can contribute. You can talk. We can all have a video chat right here. If you want to call, you can call through Facebook and call through Instagram. Just call and I will answer you. So now he decided to still continue working. He dropped out of school. He paused his master's program because of her and because of the baby. Now she decided to insult him, saying, why did he drive the mother-in-law out? So he gave her an option. Take the car back so we can downsize, so we can have lesser pay. That will give him time to still have brains because now he's losing his focus. He's suffering. He can't meet up with the bills. He's always late on rent. He's struggling. And now she's asking. She said, was he right for kicking the mother-in-law out? She said, did I do wrong for having a baby? She said, and am I too greedy to get a Mercedes? This is something I really love. Am I too greedy for having it? And is it wrong for my husband to do chores in the house? For me, it's wrong. 1, not just doing chores, but coming back from 2 jobs every day. He finished working. He drives Uber to meet up with the whole financial.
Oh, is that what he does?
Yeah, he was doing Uber as a second job. So to meet up.
Yeah.
So which means if he finished, let's say he worked from 9 to 5. He finished from 9 to 5. He picks up Uber shift. And remember, they just moved into the country. So which means, like she said, he have a good job. But let's say they have a house and they're paying 2,500.
Okay.
2,500. They're paying insurance.
Yeah.
They're buying food.
Okay.
They're buying gas. He's paying for his car and he's paying for her car. So now he's paying for 2 stuff.
Okay.
How do you think he should manage paying for your car, paying for his car? Let's say your car is 600. His car is 600. Let's say his car is 400. That's 1,000. bills 3,500 for rent alone. Then with water, light, and everything, let's say another 500. Insurance for the two cars. So which means she's paying roughly up to 500. He said they better sell a car. Yes, that was what I said. But you see, she's refusing to let one car go. She's refusing to let one car go. She said it's not her business because it's her dream car. She wants to keep it. So which means she was being greedy all along.
Yeah.
She was being greedy all along because the best thing to do, like Yasmin said, he said it's better for them to sell one car or downsize. So which means downsize is,
Yeah, it's better to downsize.
yeah, leave the house and go to an apartment. Sell the house and go to an apartment. But no, she don't want to sell the house. She don't want to sell the car. She wants to keep both. So who's the fool?
She is. Oh, sorry. You're not the fool, but
No, he is.
yeah.
He is. He's a fool. Because for me, I know you're watching right now, but I'll tell you the truth. It's either you let the car go or let the house go. You better choose one. One have to go. You guys have to downsize, then plan your life. Life is not about showing up. Life is all about doing the right thing at the right time and in the right place.
It's just a misplacement of priority. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're placing. You can see we've been. I can see we barely mention the child because it's something, or the baby because it's something you can walk around. You can make your husband understand. You can talk about it. And walk around that. But the major things we've been talking about is the car and your job. Those are the things that are not really sitting well with
How you
me.
doing, Arinze?
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you the truth. The major thing, I think, having the babies are a blessing, but the circumstances that you use in bringing the baby into the world will be a problem.
Will be a
The
problem.
biggest problem is not even now that you don't have the baby. The biggest problem will be when you have that baby. Because when you give birth to that baby, now you guys are going to have double problems because now he's not only taking care of just you and the bills, he's taking care of you, the bills, and the baby.
And the baby.
And for a woman who don't want to work as at that time, she's not going to want to work. How you doing, Shirley? She's not going to want to work when she have that baby.
Yeah.
And now this guy is going to be having sleepless nights, still go to work, and still drive.
Yeah.
That will kill the man so fast.
It's gonna end up in
That's gonna kill him.
stroke or something.
You know, he's gonna be depressed. He might be driving one day and driving to the river. Me, the marriage stops there.
Of course.
I'll give you an option. One, it's either you take the car back, or you let the house go, or you let me go.
True.
Three options. And for the man coming home to do choice, like she asked, say if it's wrong for the man to do choice, I'll tell you, it is very wrong. It is very, very wrong. There's no way I will let that man, if I'm a woman, there's no way I will let my man come back home after 2 jobs every day to come
Even
wash plates or cook.
excuse me. Even if he wants to be considerate, like, okay, I think in order for her not to work and for me not to do much, I'll be getting her stuff from, like, on my way back home. It's still gonna be more expenses. Like if you're eating out, buying
Yeah.
stuff from outside, simply because you don't want her to work, or you don't want to do, because you know you're gonna be tired when you get home.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be more and more expenses.
Yeah, to me, I'll tell you, I don't have no negotiation power. I'm that type of guy. Yeah, I'm that type of guy that just
I'm just trying to
wants my
see
mind.
if there's a way around it. But from the look of things, it doesn't look like.
I'm that type of guy. I'm that type of guy that would just want to speak my mind. I don't care. I don't care what you feel. I don't care how you feel.
Yeah.
I'll speak my mind at that time. If I was this guy, I'll speak up because if a woman who I call my wife or I call my own can't respect me a little bit, then there's no point for me having that relationship.
Yeah, not even consider it
You
at
know, if
all.
you can't consider downsizing us at that point whereby we're going through financial instability, then there's no way for me to actually look at you and call
Yeah.
you my wife as at that time because things have changed now. And if you can't work with me at the beginning, then think about when we're having two and
It's
three.
just simple. Just be planning your way out as a man.
You know, because as a
Because
man, you should start planning your way out. I don't advise I don't give marriage advice, but I'll tell you the truth. It's better for you to stand on your own than to be in it. That is a abusive relationship.
yeah, it's still gonna get to that point.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
abusive relationship. It's gonna go into a point whereby one of you might lose your life or something might happen. So it is always better for you to stay away from relationship like that because it won't yield anything. It won't because it's going to end in chaos.
Yeah.
It's going to end in chaos because if a woman don't want to downsize, knowing that you having financial problem,
Yeah.
it means she don't she don't see you as a human being. She don't respect your hustle. She don't see the pains you're going through. And if someone cannot see the pains you're going through, it means they don't have you in their heart.
Yeah. And up to the level of having your mom
Yeah,
talk to me in
that is the part
in
I
a
don't get. Like,
disrespectful
why will your mom
in my house,
come up to me in my house and
So
insult me?
if you have that baby, I'm gonna see more. If I don't stop it now, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see more fights to come.
There's gonna be more because just imagine after the baby and the mom comes over, the mom is still gonna see the same stress that you're going through, and that's gonna bring another problem. That's gonna bring another headache. So it's still gonna be from problem to problem, from problem to problem. It will never stop.
It's even easy.
It will never
It
stop.
looks like the mom is the ladies taking after like the mom or something. It's
Yeah, because if if we have a plan from the beginning, if we have something that we've already fixed from the beginning, an idea, an ideal life that we've fixed for ourselves, and it's change in the long run. I understand,
yeah, change
but
change. There's
there's
like they said, the only constant thing is change.
yeah,
Is how you change alongside like how you're able to adapt. There's no way you're not going to experience change
yep,
or a change. At one point in time certain things will happen. Your ability to work with it, you know reasonably, is what makes you different. But if it's something that is coming to kill me, if the change is going to kill me, then I would rather just leave.
for me, I believe that guy was the most patient guy I've ever seen in my life
Yeah.
because I can't be that patient to the point whereby everything that we worked for, everything that we planned is going down or because of the decisions that you're making. You see, as a couple, if you're making decisions on life matters, you guys have to weigh it in. I understand she's talking about age. I get
Yeah.
that point that you're talking about age, but if you know the age factor is bothering you because you know you're almost 38 and you know when you finish all that stuff, you're gonna lose the whole idea of having a baby because you're gonna be 40 and you're having baby, you're gonna be in pain. The best thing to do, the best thing to do is create plans, keep a job, or look for a job, work from home, look for something to do, create that avenue to make additional resources to help your husband because now you're going against the plan that you guys have because you want to suit your age, which I understand is hard when you have a baby and when you're old, on your 30s, 38, 40s. I know it's hard. For the men, it don't really bother, but you see, for the women, it bothers them. But if you know this thing is gonna be a problem, then it's always better for you to create a way.
Was it because she was just scared, or she got the uh, doctor's opinion, or there was
No,
there
I've
like
I've heard I've heard stories like people saying I've heard story of people saying
did she see the
that
doctor at any point?
it's not just doctors. You see, most
Yeah,
women they said best time to have babies is when they're under 20s, 25,
yeah,
26,
true,
27, 21, 20.
true.
And when they growing old, the baby grow with them, right?
Yeah,
So if the baby is growing with them, it's more easier for them to train the baby while they're still
and they still
having
live
that
live
youthful
their
age.
life
You
too.
understand?
Yeah,
And at the other time, then they'll be able to live their life in their 40s and enjoy themselves. You understand? Let's say you
yeah.
give birth to your baby at the age of 21. When you're 31, you know that baby is already 10 years old. So you understand? So
And even when you're
when
40,
you're
like your
40, the
baby
baby
looks
is
like
already getting, yeah,
your friend,
your
like
baby look like a friend. They're already planning to get married. You see, so at the age of 40, you're chilling. So I understand the part that she's saying because she's starting at the age of 38 now. So she wanted to have a baby real quick.
yeah, that was like what I said. It might just be what she wanted, not like she really loved the guy. So
Um, I
yeah, as
won't.
much as we talk about marriage and all that, babies, marriage, you'll be so shocked. Like a lot of people are not even bothered about it. They're not even worried. All they want
So
is just the
are you
kid.
saying most people go into marriage not
Not
because they want to
most,
stay married?
like
A lot
I
of people they go into
yeah,
marriage because it's not that they
some
want to
people,
stay.
yeah, some
Okay,
people,
some people.
yeah, they
Some people
just
go into marriage not because they want to get married.
yeah,
They go into marriage because they just want to have
because of
kids.
certain factors, like this is one of them. Like she felt like she was getting old, she was scared, and all those things, and now she had to
Look for other means.
yeah pull off that.
Yeah, but if she wanted to look for other means, is it not wise enough to create an enabling environment for that kids to come into?
Yeah, they saved enough. She doesn't care now. She's
They
you know
just they didn't save. They just moved them. So which
yeah.
means they bought a house and they bought a Benz. So which means most of their savings went into those two for greedy purposes. Greedy
Or perhaps
purposes.
she was just looking for someone to just tie the baby to. Like
Doesn't
it
matter to
doesn't
her.
matter. Yeah.
For me, I don't think so. I just feel she wanted some. She's the type of lady that there are two type of ladies. If they want something, they'll
Yeah.
go for it. If they don't want it, they won't go for it. You understand? If this table would have turned, that lady was the guy. I don't think the lady would want to have that
Then in
baby.
that case, she didn't look well
She did
because
out of greed.
yeah, because if you want something, if you're really going for what you want, then let's say you're gonna actually look for someone who's richer than that guy, who's more, you know, not stress the poor guy. Because yeah, not poor in that sense, but someone not stress.
He's still poor.
It's still poor, yeah.
Yeah, because if he was rich, he'd be able to afford everything. He's poor,
Yeah,
so
so
I
she
would say,
didn't do her homework very well.
and she put the guy in problem.
Yeah.
But you see, I don't. But if a guy is making 45 to 50 in America, you're trying, you're doing okay, but not for a family household. There should be another half, and that was where the problem started from. But the whole problem didn't come from the money part. The problem that I have was that the same guy who was working so hard,
Yeah.
busting his ass, still have to come back home to come cook and clean. That was my biggest problem. If I should let me ask you this
Yeah,
question.
she should have just looked for someone like already has a maid everywhere, so like everywhere, everything intact. The driver is there. This is that,
What part of country do you live in America? You
yeah.
have the maid and the driver where?
Maybe not necessarily a maid, but someone who's yeah, who's more comfortable. That you're even going to move in with. That you're in the first place. You're not even going to work.
Because of the money issue?
Yeah.
Okay, let
So
me ask you a question. Let me ask you. How are you doing, Jimmy? Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a very sincere question.
yeah,
if you are this guy
Yeah.
and you are in this mess, what will you do?
I've told you I'll be planning my way out. I'm
You
telling
walk
you
out the
that,
relationship.
bro. Straight up, because it's only going to get harder. You see the tag team, the lady and the mother. I'm already having this problem. She's not gonna sell her. She's not gonna sell her car.
Mercedes, yeah.
You know, she doesn't want to work. Uh,
So you're saying you won't be that guy who will be a full-time husband?
no, 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 no. There's no problem, but from my, I know my financial capacity,
Capabilities, yeah.
capability, and all that. So I'm not gonna put myself in in that corner. You get me? So I want to live long, bro.
Okay, see, for me, I'll I say I want to live long. How you doing, Beth? How you doing, Jay? See, for me, I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. If I have a woman, okay, let me ask you a question for the church before I say my own part. For the
Okay.
church, is it healthy for a man who goes out, busts his ass, and still come back and come do chores?
Okay. This is where I'm not gonna. If he's in his situation,
Mm.
goes out, is busting his ass, doing you know, uh, I'm not gonna do that. But if it's just on a normal day, helping out, I'm that kind of guy. I cook, I do all those things. So yeah, it shouldn't be a problem for me to help her. Sometimes I might even tell her to, okay, I'm doing everything. I'm even cooking for you today. But if you're making me, if you want to make it a permanent thing, like today I'm retired, not even today, I have retired. You do. That's what it seems like, that she's
So which
retiring.
means if
And
your
if I'm not
girl,
busting my ass that much,
so which means
I can do
if your
it.
girl decides to say you guys should stop cooking and always go out to eat,
No, no, no,
you won't do
no.
that.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
I think it's a
I
good
won't do
idea.
that. You think it's a good? Where's the money coming from?
We're both working. We can always
She
take care of
she doesn't
ourselves.
want to work.
I'm just asking a different question. If we
Okay,
both
different
working,
question
yeah, if
now.
we both working and your girl is making that money
Yeah, as
earning.
long as we have that money, we can always eat out if that's what she wants.
Okay, I want to ask
But
another
once in a
question.
while, when I feel like eating something, there's nothing stopping me from doing my thing.
Which means you're telling me it doesn't really matter. You decided you would take that girl to actually walk away.
Some people marry girls that cannot even cook.
Yeah, but if you love someone, you should actually stay in the
Even
kitchen.
when
If
they
you
cook
guys
is
want
even
to,
when they cook
how
is
you doing,
disaster,
Indian?
but they're still married.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you can teach. It is. I can teach my woman how to cook. If it's something, it's even easier these days. You have YouTube. You have, you can learn. Even if you don't get it right in the first place, it can only get better.
So can you, if you want to tell me, do you think love was missing from this story? Like love was missing from the whole
Oh,
relationship thing.
she's on a mission. That lady is on a mission.
So there was no love.
She's on a mission. She has. We should ask her to. Sometimes before you give advice, you just have to ask her certain questions too.
So if it was you, you're gonna let the relationship go. This is love we're talking about. Someone you've been with for a long
What is
time.
love?
Love is
Love
love
doesn't.
is love.
These are
Love
the
is love.
things supposed to make up love.
Unique.
Yeah, because love does not. It doesn't stand on its own like that. So people see love in different ways. You
Okay.
know, what you see as love, somebody else doesn't even term it to be anything. It'd be like, you don't call me. You see some people that don't even call,
Yeah.
but when they see, you're gonna be wondering how this person. But some people, that is their own love language. That is what they understand as love. You get me? So
So if
you're not helping me.
what
Some
if
people want you're helping them. That is love to them.
yeah.
Love means different things
So
to.
what if a girl's love language is you doing chores and helping her in the home?
Yeah, if it doesn't come with all me busting my ass, like going, working, doing two jobs, and coming back and all of that. If I can't do it, she should understand.
Okay, I see. But
Yeah.
my like I would say
And
my
if she
my
doesn't understand, good.
my own take on this whole issue, I'll tell you, I know you're watching right now, I'll tell you the truth is that whatever you do, you should always do it right. You understand? Your man is not made of iron or made of wood.
Your man is not Robocop.
Yeah, he's a real man. So the best thing you should do as a woman is consider his feelings too. Look into his finances too before you start making demands. If you guys made that plan that you guys are gonna have babies at a certain time and it wasn't forthcoming, then you guys should actually create an enabling environment whereby you guys can raise that money
Yeah.
and now live the life you want. He might have a reason why he didn't want you to have a baby until 2025 because he feels you guys are not buoyant enough to take care of some certain challenges.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's difficult for him to actually tell you that. Some men are always shy to say something like that. And
Yeah.
for you telling your mom and your mom coming in to fight with him at home, that is a no-no. So if it's me, I will still drive the mother-in-law. I'll tell the mother-in-law to get out of my house because at that point, you're making me angry, and that is my
Yeah.
house.
Overstepping the
You're
boundaries.
going above your boundary. And if you're a traditional man, look for a traditional woman. If you're a traditional woman, look for a traditional man. A lot of us falls in love today with people who don't even go with our ideas or ethics of relationship or ethics of life. It's always good for you to go with someone who believe in what you believe. You understand? If they don't believe in it, because that guy might not be a traditional man, the type who wants a woman
Yeah,
to be at
the
home.
lady too might not be a traditional person,
Woman,
but will fake it because of the fact that she's looking for something, perhaps
Oh,
a
so you
baby or
so you, so
something.
you're saying a lot of women fake it because they're looking for babies or fake it because they're looking for
Yeah, men
marriage?
fake for some reasons. Women fake for
Yeah, I know
different
some
things
men
too.
some men will fake for you know. I know a lot of men. I know a lot of men who is gonna fake for as soon as they get they take off. I know a lot of men who do that. So
I don't know about that.
I understand. I understand that. So like if you know it's not going to work, don't put people through that stress just because
Yeah,
of that. This is a guy who left school. He stopped going to school. He picked up two jobs, and you still want him to come home to cook. It's common sense. At least appreciate your man sometimes. That little thing you do for him or you do for her goes a long way. It's vice versa. You know, as a man, if you come home and you see your woman struggling with a certain choice, it's better just help her. Just say, hey, I'll do this or I'll cook this.
yeah,
You help her. But if it turns down to be a competition type of lifestyle whereby one person wants the other person to do stuff, then it's going to be a problem, and that is what happened here. And two, you don't live for people, you live for yourself. So buying a Mercedes was a big turn off.
yeah,
You weren't supposed to buy a Mercedes. It's better just buy a regular car. Buy a regular car, or you guys can use one car till you have money to buy a second car.
yeah.
You understand? Till you
Like
have money
some,
to buy a second car.
like
You
some,
start with one.
like some people would say, like even when the lady is pregnant, the man is pregnant upstairs too.
Yeah,
You can't be that normal. You can't be the same.
yeah.
When your wife is pregnant, but she just feels she wants to add all other problems, then
You understand? It's always good for you to consider other people before you think about yourself. Consider people because it's a greedy idea to have everything to yourself and just forget about him. Now you put so much bills on him, he's dying. You want a man to live long with you, or you want a woman to live long with you, then it's better for you to walk in as 100% like he's walking, so
mhm.
that two of you can actually create a suitable and a beautiful environment for each other. So
Yeah,
that is what I believe. Because if you think because he's a man or because the woman is pulling more, then you're wrong. Because one day that whole thing will stop, and you guys will go back to square one.
yeah,
Now you're about to have that baby. It's gonna be more difficult, and think of how difficult it's gonna be for him. So it's better you guys set something up right now, or it's gonna be bad for you guys. You better just downsize. Either take the Mercedes back or take sell the house. That's my best advice. Sell the house or take the Mercedes back, because there's no way you can have both. You can't eat your cake and have it. There's no way you can have both. Sell the house or sell your Mercedes. That man is not a Robocop. He's trying his best to feed you. And I believe if he's trying his best to feed you, you should still do that. You should still do something for him. At least he should come back home to a warm home meal.
So the only thing they were just talking about is just savings, like saving together. So they didn't talk about other things. These are serious things. They left the serious things out, like I'll say on the part of the lady. So she left those things,
Like,
getting a car, getting pregnant, that she had a plan. Just
you see, to me, like getting pregnant, right, wasn't a bad idea, because
yeah. At the end of the day,
at the end of the day, it wasn't a
yeah.
bad idea, because if you look at her age, she was getting old. You know, she was getting old, and
The work thing too. The work
yeah,
thing.
the work thing was what pissed me off.
Yeah,
Like,
the work thing.
I don't think getting pregnant does means that you can't work.
It is only a lady who's there, who's out to milk you, that would behave like this, because it looks like, oh, I've arrived. Now that I'm pregnant, I can bring all other things.
Yeah, that's why I believe some people just pretend when they go into a relationship. They pretend they're in love, and once they jump in, ooh, ocean,
It's over.
they let the river come in and they destroy the whole thing. I'll tell you, it is always good for us to live musical. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. It is always good for us to actually love ourselves and be sincere with each other, because majority of us just go that route of lying to ourselves that love really exists. Most people don't go in for love anymore. They go in for what they're going to benefit. Most people go in for the cars, for the house, and for whatever they're going to
lately, most of the things we see now, the thing we see now is like transactional, like love is
relationship now is transactional.
Transactional, highly. Maybe it was then, but not too much of it. But of course, if you're gonna get married to someone, you have to consider, okay, is this person doing this? Does she have this? Does he have this? Is he doing this? But now it looks like love is taking a back seat now. The main things are
what you can get.
Well, not just what you can get now. At what level do you even have this? Like, is it even enough? Like,
I have a girl who asked me if my credit was good.
Yeah.
Said,
that's the criteria.
How good is your credit? I was like, you don't even know my last name. You're asking me for my credit. He said, what car do you have? Do you have a house? I was like, what the hell? So you're coming into the relationship for...
They have a word, and these days they have a word for everything. The first time I heard situationship was from a lady. When I heard it's complicated, a lady was complicated. It's a word, but it's complicated. And there's so many words like that.
If they tell you it's complicated, they're smashing your friend.
I've been learning from them. So
there's nothing like complicated.
So it's they have a they what's this other one that was going that was everywhere? When you're hurting them, when you're doing something straight they don't like, they'll be like, when they are in a situation, they'll be like, my health. I'm trying to remember the word. My health is like health. Well, I'm gonna remember before we leave. But the other thing is, they say they want to put those things. They call it standard. That's their standard. I have a standard, so that's how they measure their standard. If you have that, I'm not gonna drop my standard.
Standard cost, standard need. So I'll tell you, everyone out there, it is great having you all on this program today, and I'm happy that you guys joined us, and we really enjoyed this topic today. And I think that lady should actually either downsize, sell one of those cars, and start afresh. It's always good. I prefer you sell those cars, sell one of the car, and you guys should downsize, so you guys will be able to meet up, because the man's health is on the line. He's stressing too much, and that can have a big impact
Yeah.
on his life. And like I said, you can always send us your messages. You can always send us your story. You can always send us someone else's story to my DM on Instagram or to Facebook or to as a text message to my number 210-793-1545. Like I said, you can always send us message on Instagram. You can always send us message on Facebook on Fame Daniel, and you can always listen to the podcast again to on Spotify and iTunes on Speak Freely by Fame Daniel, and you can always send us those stories. Send us those stories. Keep the story coming. And we're going to talk about the stories. Someone is learning out there. Someone is listening. Someone is going to pick up something and someone is going to grow from it. We're not going to downgrade anybody. We're just going to say the story and speak our mind on it because we feel people should have idea of what they're going through and what other people are going through. You know, people definitely going to learn from it. So we're saying our goodbyes tonight. So, Pius, do you have any last word to say?
Yes. That is not to say that men are 100% like innocent when it comes to things like this, but
Mhm.
sometimes we have the story the other way around.
True.
So for everybody's mental health. That was the
Mental
word I
health,
was looking
yes.
for.
Mental health.
So I would want to say, just stay safe
Yeah,
out there.
stay safe out there, and always make sure your mental health comes first because that is the most important thing. Most people don't care if it's not working for you. You just gotta move on, just leave because nobody wants to be in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that was what this relationship was actually leading to. And I'll say good night and have a great